Hey everybody, welcome. It's Andrew Ainsworth Golf Academy. As ever, a very warm welcome. Thanks for tuning in today and taking your time to watch my video. Quick advertisement before we start. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, then please consider doing so. Just click on that subscribe button down below and then you're not going to miss any future videos. So, no club reviews today, no instruction today, but we're going to talk about instruction. I'd like to have a frank and honest conversation about golf lessons. I've been teaching golf pro now for 30 years. And in that time I've given tens of thousands of golf lessons to golfers of all different abilities, from new golfers who've never picked a golf club up before to elite players playing on professional European tour. And one thing I must say about teaching golf is no two lessons are the same. Never. You're always going to get different person, different circumstances, different abilities, different expectations, which probably makes my job pretty fascinating. And that's why I love doing it so much. But I was having a little think last night about, doing some more YouTube videos and what I could talk about. What occurred to me is why more people don't have golf lessons. Now, it's quite hard to get the actual firm data on this, but I was digging around on the internet. Roughly speaking, somewhere between 10 and 12% of all golfers take a golf lesson, okay, on a regular basis. Now, there might be a higher percentage who've maybe taken a lesson 10 years ago but only had one lesson. But regular lesson takers, I don't know what regular would constitute, maybe, I don't know, 3 a year, 4 a year, something like that. So just about, let's say 10%. If any of you can find better statistics than that, then please post comments down below, because I didn't dig in too deep on that. So it got me thinking, 1 in 10 golfers only take golf lessons. Why more golfers don't come and get some help? Again, average handicap in the UK at the moment has been around about 18, 19, and that number has not changed over the last 20 years, again, from what I could find. So generally, golfers aren't getting better. A lot of golfers aren't getting better. That's a generalization, I know. Don't get offended. Plenty of you watching this video will have got better, and take my hat off to you. So new equipment's come along, new technology, new golf balls, hit the ball further, more forgiving clubs, but generally the standard of golf has just sort of flatlined. So got me thinking, people like me, PGA golf professionals, is that down to us? Is that because we're not teaching golf correctly, or what? So I want to give you my thoughts on what happens when people come for golf lessons. Always different circumstances why people will pick up the phone, ring me up and say, Andrew, I need your help. You've got the panic golfer, the golfer who's going on a golf trip, like at the weekend, he's playing badly and he started shanking it and he needs some immediate quick fix, get me going in half an hour so I can go away on my golf trip and not play like a donkey. That's one of the situations I get. I also, at the other end of the spectrum, get golfers who are in it for the long term. I don't know, this is all hypothetical. They're playing off 12 handicap. They want to get down to single figures, and through the winter months, they're going to dedicate quite a lot of time, effort and money to getting their handicap down. They're going to come and have a lesson from me, let's say every 3 or 4 weeks, okay, maybe 2 weeks. We'd put a schedule in. And these golfers are very, very keen to improve their technique and look at all facets of the game. And a golf like that, for me, would be great because they are ready to make some changes, improve their golf technique, maybe think more about the mental side of the game, and we cover all of that. And generally we get some really good results because they want to change things, they want to improve things. We then get the other golfer, and again, this is a hypothetical golfer which I'm going to describe to you. Let's say, for instance, he's male. Could be female, male, doesn't really matter. I'm not discriminating between male and female here. Let's say the golfer's 60 years old, 60 years of age, and he's just retired. He's been playing golf most of his life, and he's playing off a 20 handicap, yeah? Just retired, he's now got time on his hands, he's got the equipment, and he wants to get better, okay? He's now going to play golf a couple of times a week, let's say, 3 times a week with his friends. And he comes to me, phones me up, says, Andrew, I need some golf lessons, just retired, I want to get better. This golfer walks in, and this is what I'm faced with. He's in pretty good shape physically, okay? He's not got bad back or a bad hip or his legs fallen off or anything like that. He's in good shape, this lady or man, whoever we're talking about. But this is what he looks like. He's got a very strong left-handed grip, and he's also got a very strong right-handed grip. So all of a sudden, alarm bells are ringing. The grip's a mess, okay? Double whammy on top of that, his posture's not very good. He's standing quite upright to it. Oh, and did I mention that his stance is very, very wide, and he has very limited movement on the backswing. So hardly any body rotation, more just hands and arms. So no surprise here, the club's getting picked up on the outside, swung across the body, hits lots of pulls, slices his driver, tops it quite a lot, very inconsistent. So what do I do with a golfer like that? Where I'm faced with 4 or 5 big issues in the golf swing. First of all, I would ask the golfer, is he in, sorry, my projector's just got into standby mode, so it's all gone dark. Let's just wake it back up again. Wake up, there we go. The belfry's appeared again in the background. So first of all, I'd ask him what he wants me to do. Are we in this for a quick change? Do you want me to just change the grip and hope for the best, or do you want to go down a long-term change? Hopefully he'll say I want to improve things. So I've got to decide and prioritize then what I'm going to do first. I would always at that stage try and change the grip, improve the grip, because let's face it, with a grip like that, things ain't going to get any better. So I'd say to him, I need to change your grip. First of all, I'm going to show him or her exactly how we want to hold it, be it an interlock and overlap. And 9 times out of 10, the golfer's going to say, that feels terrible, that feels awful, that feels uncomfortable, can't do that. So this is the tricky bit from a coaching perspective. You've got to convince the golfer that changing that grip is going to help them play better golf. Now, when you change a grip and all of a sudden the first shot goes out that way, the second shot goes left, and the third shot he tops it, it's quite hard to convince them. And that's where you've really got to be strong as a coach and just say, look, if you continue with this grip change, it will start to feel better, but it can take a little bit of time. And this is the problem. I think in the modern world we live in these days, we expect things to happen almost immediately, don't we? You know, if our internet goes down, we make a couple of phone calls and the internet's back on. You know, we get instant results. Golf is not like that, is it? Golf is a complex, difficult game, and changes can take time. And if you've got the person there who is not willing to make that investment and get used to a new grip, it's going to be difficult. So this, I'm just trying to give you what I feel. And this by no means is not me complaining or moaning. It's just trying to pass on some of my experience and knowledge, so that when you do decide to take golf lessons, you know how you should approach it. So we fix his grip. I would tend to get the grip and say, right, that's all we're doing in one lesson. Go away now and get used to the grip. And then we'd come back and we'd fix the posture. We'd go from this posture. We'd set him in better posture. We'd start to talk about body rotation, and we'd build the swing up in small bite-sized pieces, always showing you some drills and exercises which will accompany that. And that's the way which I approach my golf coaching. I'm not what we call a method teacher. A method teacher would be a coach who has his or her specific way of teaching, and if you don't conform to that way of teaching, then tough luck really, because they're very much a single, this is my method, this is how I'm going to coach. I believe that all golfers are different mentally, physically, and have different expectations, so you've got to treat them as individuals, and some golfers can take more information on than others. And I think in my 30 years of golf coaching, the one thing which I have noticed so much more in my later years as I've matured as a coach is less is more. The more information you give somebody, sometimes the more you swamp their brain with information. They get confused, there's too many swing thoughts. One thing at a time. Work on the grip, get that right. Work on the posture, get that right. Work on the takeaway. Do not try and do 3 things at once, because, you know, golf swing takes less than a second, doesn't it, to hit the ball. You're trying to think of 3 different swing thoughts all in less than a second, ain't gonna work. So what the purpose of this video really was to explain sometimes how difficult it can be changing a golf swing and making golfers better. And that's my job, is to make golfers play better. But you've got to have the right plan in place. And you as the golfer coming for a golf lesson, you need to know what you want out of the lesson. Do you want a quick fix? Do you want a long-term change, or do you just want to make you hitting a driver better? Are you willing to change? I get some people coming in for golf lessons, and I analyse the golf swing, and I say, look, to be better, we've got to change maybe 3 things or improve 3 things. And they go, well, I don't want to change those things. And I'm like, well, sorry, I can't help you. Unless you let me change your grip or your posture or your takeaway, we ain't going to get any better. So at that stage, we have a frank and honest conversation, and if they don't want to change, then, you know, thanks for coming in, but maybe you're in the wrong place, you know. But I'm always here to help, and that doesn't happen very often because most people have made that decision to have a lesson, and they will want to change things. So there we go. I'm going to throw that open to the YouTube golfing community. I know I've prattled on as usual about probably for too long, but and I could talk for hours about this subject, but I'd love to get your experiences of having golf lessons. Do you have golf lessons? If so, how often? Has it made you a better golfer? Has it made you a worse golfer? Do you learn more by watching YouTube videos? You know, do you learn more by watching TV programs? I'd love to know. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget, click that subscribe button, and I'll be back soon. Bye for now.